Kita lang.
And we ask everybody to please settle down. We will start in 30 seconds. Good morning. Magandang umaga po sa ating mga bisita and welcome to the Season 2 or the 8th Joint Public Hearing of the Quadcom. On behalf of the Committee on Dangerous Drugs, the meeting is now called to order. On behalf of the Committee on Public Order, this Quadcom is invited.
For the Committee on Human Rights, is Quadcom and called to order.
For the Committee on Public Accounts, this hearing is now called to order.
Thank you. Before we start, may we ask the committee secretary to please lead the committee in prayer and let us all rise.
Let us all place ourselves in the presence of our Lord Jesus Christ. We gather today, humbled in your presence, and ask for your guidance as we continue this important hearing of the Joint Committee. We come together, united by our shared commitment to justice, truth, accountability, and the welfare of our nation. We seek your wisdom as we address the complex issues before us, particularly those affected by extrajudicial killings, those who have lost their lives unjustly. Their families continue to bear the pain of their absence, and communities torn by fear and violence. May you bless our leaders, resource persons, and all who contribute to this hearing. Grant them the resolve to uphold transparency and accountability, and the fortitude to stand for truth and justice, even in the face of adversity. May their work be a reflection of our collective responsibility to create a society where every life is valued and human rights are protected. We pray for those who have been victims of violence, for their families and loved ones who continue to seek justice. Surround them with your peace and comfort, and may our efforts honor their memories and contribute to a future where no one lives in fear and every individual is free to pursue a life of dignity and safety. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen.
Thank you. Please remain standing for the singing of national anthem.
Mayang magiliw, perlas nagsinanganan, anak ng puso, sa dilim mo'y buhay. Upang hilirang, kuyan ka ng magiling, sa manlulupig, di ka pastisir, sa dagat at bundok, sa simon ka, sa langit mong tuhaw, may ilan ang tunan, awit sa layang minamahal, ang kislan ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di mabibigil, lupa ng araw ng walahati pang sinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo, aming ligaya na magmay maamin, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Please be seated. The next part of the agenda is the roll call of members and the acknowledgement of resource persons. Any motion?
Mr. Chair,
Congressman Naco.
I respectfully move that we respectfully calling on the roll so moved.
There is a motion.
Second.
There is a motion to suspend the calling of the roll and duly seconded. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion is approved. The next part of the agenda is the approval of the minutes of the meeting held last September 27, 2024. Any motion?
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the minutes of the previous meetings.
There is a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes and approve the same. Duly seconded. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion is approved. Now, before we proceed with the next part of the agenda, please allow the chair to deliver his opening remarks for this committee hearing today. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat, to the principal proponent of the Quadcom, Honorable Senior Deputy Speaker Aurelio Tong Gonzales, Deputy Speaker J.J. Suarez, Co-Chairman and Vice Chair of the Quadcom, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the 8th meeting of this joint committee. Today, as we continue our journey of uncovering the truth and seeking justice for victims of human rights violations committed by some rogue and misguided elements of the police in the guise of implementing the war on drugs, we shall be hearing testimonies of some of the victims, members of their families, and other witnesses who will recount to us their horrible experience and retell their painful stories. This time around, without fear and with renewed hope that Quadcom may be the instrument to find their closures and the justice that has eluded them for years. Inspired by the Quadcom success in the Barayuga murder case, other victims have decided to come forward to help us tell the nation and the world the evil that they have experienced. So that, just like in the Nuremberg trials of World War II atrocities, these horrible acts may not happen again. Their perpetrators brought to justice and laws may be amended, introduced and crafted to guarantee these ends. Sa ating mga kababayan, sa lahat ng dako ng daigdig, hindi po natutulog ang hustisya. Gagawin po namin ang lahat ng aming makakaya upang magampanan ang aming tungkulin bilang mga mambabatas. Ipaglalaban namin ang lahat ng ating mga karapatan. Karapatang mabuhay ng tahimik, walang takot, malaya at may dignidad. Sa lahat po ng aming ginagawa, wala kaming gustong sirain at wakasan, kundi ang pang-aabuso sa kapangyarihan, ang pagmamalabis, ang pagluloko at pagsasamantala ng mga dayuhan, pagnanakaw sa kabalang bayan, pananakot at pagpatay ng walang katwiran o pagsasaalang-alang sa karapatang pantao, kapalit ng pangakong salapi, promosyon sa posisyon o pagbabalik sa serbisyo. Ang mga pangakong ito at pabuya ang sumira ng mga institusyon. Paninindigan, dangal, paniniwala sa Diyos, relihiyon, pagpapahalaga sa kapwa at sa halaga ng buhay sa mga pamilya at nagpatibay ng maling paniniwala ng mga sangkot sa karumal-dumal na krimeng ito na ang kanilang ginagawa ay tama at ang kanilang pabuyang natatanggap ay kanilang premyo sa pagsunod sa mga utos ng nakatataas. Isang matinding kanser ng lipunan ang nangyari. Marami sa mga sangkot ay nagkamal ng limpak-limpak na salapi na siya ngayon nilang ginagamit upang patuloy na takutin ang mga biktima na para bagang walang katapusang kasamaan ang hanggang ngayon ay namamayani at naghahari sa ating bayan. Ang ibang mga abogado na may sinumpaang tungkulin na maghanap ng hustisya ay naging mga biktima, kasangkapan at kasangkot sa pag-aalipusta sa ating bayan. Sa ngayon, ang Quadcom ay nahaharap sa mga pagsubok. Nais ng mga ibang nasasangkot na supilin at patahimikin ang ating pandinig. Sa Korte Suprema, may mga aksyon na nakabinbin kung saan ay hiniling ng mga nasasangkot at mga dayuhan na ipatigil ang ating pandinig kung alisan ng kapangyarihan ang kumiting ito na humiling ng mga dokumento at paliwanag mula sa mga taong ito. Para sa kaalaman ng lahat, mismo ng ating saligang batas ang nagbigay ng kapangyarihan sa Kongreso na mag-imbestiga upang bumalangkas ng mga batas na magbibigay proteksyon sa mga mamamayan laban sa mga masasamang gawain gaya ng mga nakita at napatunayan natin sa mga nakalipas nating mga pagdinig. Habang patuloy sila sa pagtanggi na sila ay kumita ng limpak-limpak, patuloy naman sila sa pagkuha ng serbisyo ng mga abogado na limpak-limpak din kung maningil. Paano nila nababayaran ang mga sangkatutak na abogado ito? Sila na rin na nagpapasinungaling sa kanilang mga sinabi rito. Mga minamahal naming mga kababayan, ano man po ang hadlang na itatapon sa amin, mananatili kaming tapat sa inyo. Nakakaasa kayo na patuloy naming gagampanan ang aming tungkulin. Mananatiling bukas ang aming mga pintuan para sa inyo dito sa tinaguriang House of the People. We will continue to hear your stories, seek out justice and truth, and fight for your rights in the face of threats to suppress them. Together, we fight for dignity and honor. We can only craft protection if we know the truth. Those who violated our laws should be brought to justice. Salamat at magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Next to deliver his opening remarks is our Chair of the Committee on Human Rights. Congressman Abante, you are recognized.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair. My incredibly industrious co-chair, our distinguished colleagues, resource persons and witnesses, mga kababayan, ang mga nanonood po ngayon na libu-libong mga kababayan natin dito po sa Quadcom hearing, tayo po nagsimula na ng ating Season 2 ng hearing na ito. At ang panimula ay tungkol po sa extrajudicial killing. Today, we continue the important work of the Quad Committee in seeking justice for the countless lives that have been affected and lost due to the evils of pogos, illegal drugs, and extrajudicial killings. But before I continue, I would like to acknowledge the members of the Quad Committee who have returned to work despite the ongoing House break, a time when many of our colleagues are filing their certificates of candidacy. This hearing was originally scheduled for October 17, but we moved it up because the House of Representatives recognizes that justice cannot wait. The urgency of our work is clear. Those responsible for the violence and suffering we have uncovered must be held accountable. We must continue to be resolute in our quest for justice. Kahit na po dapat kami ay nandun na sa aming mga distrito upang kami magpakilala bilang mga kandidato rin naman. Nandito kami upang ipagpatuloy po natin ang ating tinatawag na quest for justice. The Bible reminds us in Proverbs 21 verse number 15, and I quote, "It is joy to the just to do judgment, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity." Destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. End of quote. This passage, ladies and gentlemen, my friends, speaks of the righteous path of justice and the inevitable downfall of those who commit wrongdoing. It helps us to remember our duty in this committee to ensure that justice is served and that those responsible for violence, corruption, and extrajudicial killings will face the consequences of their actions. To all those who believe they can continue to evade the law, let me borrow the words of the late Mike Enriquez, "Hindi namin kayo tatantanan." Kaninang umaga, andun po kami sa bills and records section. Kami po ay nag-file ng dalawang bill. Ito po ang House Bill number 10986 tungkol sa EJK at House Bill 10987 Anti-Offshore Gaming Operations Act. Upang sabihin sa ating mga taong bayan na ang Quad Committee ito ay concerned in aid of legislations. Pero gusto ko rin pong bigyan ng babala ang mga tao na siyang guilty sa mga krimen na ito pang Quad Committee ay pwede rin namin gamitin in aid of prosecution. During this short pause in our hearings, this representation could not stop thinking about the information we have unearthed. We have heard in these hearings shocking examples of unexplained wealth. Ito po'y binanggit na sa inyo ng ating Quad Committee Chairman. Houses that cost millions of pesos. Businesses bought and owned by those living on government salaries. This reminds me of the line that appears at the beginning of the book by Mario Puzo, the Godfather, attributed to the Honoré de Balzac. The quote is, "Behind every great fortune, there is a crime." The crimes we are investigating, however, go far beyond mere financial gain. They have resulted in the loss of life. I cannot fathom how those who have enriched themselves at the cost of the suffering of others can live with themselves knowing that their fortunes are built on the blood of their fellow citizens. How they can live lavishly knowing that their money is blood money. Hindi po kami ang Quadcom ang maghihiganti rito, kundi ang sabi po ng ating Panginoon, "Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, I will repay. Gagamitin po ng Diyos ang ating mga korte, ang ahensya ng gobyerno, mga law enforcement agencies. Gagamitin po ng Diyos ang taong bayan upang makita po natin na ang mga taong gumawa ng mga krimen na ito ay hindi maaaring makatakas. To these people and to those still in hiding, like Attorney Harry Roque, I say this: have the courage to face the consequences of your action. It is better to stand and be judged than to live in the shadow of your wrongdoings. Maniwala po kayo, justice will catch up to you sooner or later. It is not a matter of if, but when. As we have always said, the time of reckoning has come. Mga kababayan, the House of Representatives will not rest until those responsible for these heinous crimes are caught, tried, convicted, and punished. We owe this to the victims, their families, and to every citizen who believes in the rule of law. Nandito po ang ating mga kamag-anak na ating mga biktima na sila po ay nag-travel pa sa malayong lugar mula Cebu upang pumarito. Hindi na po sila pumasok sa trabaho upang idein po nila ang mga injustices na nangyari sa kanila. We will not stop there. We will also ensure that the suffering we have witnessed will not be repeated. We are committed to putting in place safeguards and laws that will prevent such tragedies from happening again. Hindi ito pwede maulit muli. Justice may sometimes be delayed, but it will not be denied. With resolve, we will continue this fight until justice is finally served. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Congressman Abante. The next to deliver his opening remarks is the Chair of the Committee on Public Accounts, Congressman Joseph Stephen Paduano. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Once again, I would like to submit my opening remarks to the COMSEC for record purposes. Mr. Chairman, may I respectfully move that we defer discussion on admin matters. We will discuss it in the later part of this hearing. So move, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, there's a motion to defer discussion of admin matters on the committee hearing duly seconded. Any objections? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Mr. Chair.
The next is delivery opening remarks is Congressman Dan Fernandez, the Chair of the Committee on Public Order and Safety. You are recognized.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Since again, long opening remarks was delivered by Chairman Abante, so I will not be delivering my opening remarks and submitting to the COMSEC for their approval. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Congressman Fernandez. Before we proceed with the hearing proper, may we ask the committee secretary to please acknowledge the members present in our committee hearing today, as well as acknowledge the resource persons present. COMSEC.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, your honors. For this public hearing, we have with us the following congressmen and congresswomen. Representative Robert S. Barbers, Senior Deputy Speaker Aurelio Dong D. Gonzalez Jr., Representative Dan S. Fernandez, Representative Joseph Stephen Carats S. Paduano, Representative Ginpilido M. Abante Jr., Representative Romeo M. Acop, Deputy Speaker David J. Suarez, Representative Francisco Paulo B. Ortega V, Representative Ambrosio Boy C. Cruz Jr., Representative Jose Arturo Jojo S. Garcia Jr., Representative Zia Alonto Adjong, Representative Raul Daniel A. Manuel, Representative Richard Gomez, DPA, Representative Emerson D. Pascual, Representative Franz S. Pomaren, Representative Franz L. Castro, Representative Joseph Jojo L. Lara, Representative Jerville Chinky Beatrix R. Luistro, Representative Arlene D. Brosas, Representative Lordan G. Suwan, Representative Salvador Plato, Representative Ramon Rodrigo Gutierrez, Representative Amparo Maria Zamora, Representative Jefferson F. Conghun, Representative Isabel Maria J. Zamora. For our resource persons, we have with us from the Commission on Human Rights, Commissioner Faida Domapa and Director Gemma Paruhino. From the Department of Justice, we have Attorney James S. Calona. From the Civil Service Commission, we have Attorney Christian Don G. Molina and Ms. Cheryl Maria M. Melloria. From the National Police Commission, we have the Vice Chairperson and CEO Alberto A. Bernardo, Director Chito Noel D. Bostonera, and Attorney Neylan Ley Gandesa. From the National Bureau of Investigation, we have Attorney Angelito Magno, the Assistant Director for Investigation, Attorney Ross Jonathan Galicia, Attorney Dennis Victor Asistio, Attorney Florendo Gamona, and Attorney John Mark. From the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, we have Director General Moro Virgilio M. Lazo, Attorney Hiel Pabilona, Director Imiterio Gitong, Attorney Francis Del Valle, and Director Wardley Hitalia and Colonel Rolando Magno. From the Philippine National Police, we have with us the Chief of the Criminal Investigation and Detection Group, Police Brigadier General Nicolas De Loso Torre III. And from the Drug Enforcement Agency, Police Brigadier General Eleazar Mata, Police Major General Sidney Ernia. From the Anti-Money Laundering Council, we have Attorney Adrian A. Arcon. Sidney Ernia. From the non-government agencies, we have from the Center for International Law, we have Attorney Joel R. Butuya. From the National Union of People's Lawyers, we have Attorney Neri J. Colmenares and Attorney Maria Cristina Conti, the Secretary General of NUPL-NCR. We also have with us the NGO called Rise Up, represented by Diaconis Robinin Litao, the convener. We also invited the advocates, Father Manuel Noel Gatchalian, SPD. Also, we have invited the relatives of the victims of EJK. We have 35 here, but 5 are here present. From other government officials, we have the PNP. Major General Romeo Karamat is here. Police Colonel Lito E. Batay, Police Colonel Rolando Villela, Police Colonel Hector Grijaldo Jr., Police Colonel Serafin Petalio, Police Colonel Marvin Marcos, Police Colonel Chuck Barando, and his spouse, former Barangay Captain Yvonne Barando, Senior Inspector Emil Garcia, and Corporal Junjun Obales and his wife. From the Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office, we have Attorney Annalisa Iinsyong, Miss Cynthia Rigodo, Miss Agnes Ibera, and Miss Angelet Shahar Awakay, and Mr. Larry Sidro. We also have the General Manager of PCSO, General Manager Mel Robles. Also present from the PCSO is Attorney Maria Katrina Contacto and Mr. Arnel Casas, the Vice Chairperson. Also, from the PCSO, Attorney Eufrasio Fufugal Jr., Attorney Leia Christine Jimenez, Maria Cristina Gregorio, and Maria Teresita Carbonell. And former PCSO officials, we have Police General Anselmo Simeon Pinili, the former chairperson of PCSO. We also have with us former PNP official, Police Colonel Rohina M. Garma, and Attorney Carol K. Paquera, the former Chief of Staff of Colonel Garma at PCSO. And other resource person, sir, we have with us the former Senator, Honorable Keith Packard. And other congressmen who are here, Representative Crispin Gigo Ping Diaz Limolia, Representative Ernesto Junicio Jr., and Representative George Bustos. That's all for now, Mr. Chair, Your Honors.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman. Here.
Yes,
I would just like to ask the section, all the invited resource speakers, they're all here.
No, sir, there are those who are not present, but those I read are here.
Now, what's the reasons for not attending?
would you like to?
With the indulgence of the good Congressman,
Yes, with the indulgence of Congressman Kumarin. Yes, Congressman Patrol.
in my previous motion, I moved that all admin matters will be heard on the later part of the hearing. So all resource persons that is present in this hearing will be discussed in the later part of this hearing. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Congressman.
I'd just like to find out if the resource persons or Colonel, like Colonel Patay, I'd like him to be recognized here, if he's here, and Colonel Barando. Oh, they're there, okay. Thank
Colonel
you.
Patay and Lieutenant Colonel Barando, can you please occupy the seats on the right side of the hall?
Then, Mr. Chair, if I may.
Yes, Congressman.
Since we have invited all the resource persons all in one time, can we possibly discuss the time that those resource persons will be invited? No? Kasi I think we have an issue with the issue of Espinosa, the issue of Leonardo, the issue of Garma. So what will be the priority issue that we have to tackle in order for the resource persons to be properly seated on the proper chairs?
Okay, for the information of Honorable Dan Fernandez, the flow of our hearing for today is that we have a witness who has informed the committee, the Quadcom, that he was willing to testify before the Quad committee. And as part of our requirements for all those who wants to speak before this committee is that first we should execute an affidavit. And second, he has to pass the vetting process that our legal team is conducting. In this case, for today's committee hearing, we have on the list Mr. Kerwin Espinosa. And then after Mr. Kerwin Espinosa, we will continue with our deliberations on the PCSO, where former GM Rohina Garma will be invited to appear in this committee, as well as Colonel Gilberto Leonardo. So this is the flow, Your Honor, of our discussion for today.
So, primarily yung kung ano muna, kay Espinosa, and then after the issue of Garma.
That is correct. Yes, we're just, can we ask the Secretary to please provide the honorable members present today with copies of the sworn statement of the witness so that they can start reading it and ask questions later on. So,
Mr. Chair, are going to start? Oh, meron po admin.
Chairman.
yes,
Mr. Chairman, again, the admin matters will be discussed later, and it was seconded and approved by this committee. Now, Mr. Chairman, since Colonel in front seat, may we request also if Colonel Beardo is present. Can they take your seat? And si Colonel Vitalio, I've seen him. Please, occupy the vacant seat. Colonel Marcos. Kindly occupy the seats. You can sit beside retired Colonel Leonardo. Colonel Villela is present. Please kindly occupy the seats, vacant seats. A certain Senior Inspector Emil Garcia is present. Emil Garcia. Comsec, do you have a written reply or exist letter coming from Police Captain Emil Garcia? Please. Corporal Wallace and the wife. Dito ba yung wife? Why? Corporal Wallace, can you have you sit? Yeah. So your wife is not present today?
Yes, Your Honor,
Why?
wala po akong way para makakommunicate sa kanya. Nakakontact po ako sa Quezon City Jail.
Oh, you cannot use your phone? There are schedules.
Wala po akong cellular phone, Your Honor.
Since your detention, wala kang cellular phone?
Wala po.
Okay. Now, check. The wife of Corporal Wallace received a copy of such invitation.
Sir, we sent the letter through the PNP.
O, PNP. Colonel Kurangan. Comsec, it was constituted to Colonel Kurangan.
To the Lola, sir.
Oh, Colonel Kurangan. That's the wife of Corporal Wallace received the invitation. General Torre, napadala niyo ba yung invitation doon kay Mrs. Wallace?
Your Honor, sir.
I'm asking with regards to the invitation for the wife of Corporal Wallace.
Can I approach the chair? Can I approach the Your Honor? Or
Oh, please, please.
Saan dyan? Mr. Chair, sorry to interrupt. Mr. Chairman, sorry to interrupt. I think the question was, yes, I think the question was asked, it's very simple, whether an invitation was extended to a particular invitee that we would like to have in this committee hearing, but I believe there's a silent exchanges between and among the invitees and Congressman Paduano. Is this information classified? Is this not supposed to be shared publicly? Because we're waiting for the response of the question of Congressman Paduano. If it's classified, we totally understand.
The invitations that we sent to our resource persons, such as Ms. Bandes, apparently has not been sent to her yet. Because I think there are conflicts in the address that was given. And invitations were sent, I think, to the old address. But that's why we're getting some clarification from General Torres as to the location of Ms. Bandes.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Chair. At least that's on record.
1 minute suspension. Hearing is resumed. Congressman Paduano.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Let me proceed while waiting for the presence of Mr. Kerwin Espinosa, Mr. Chairman. May I move that we open once again discussion on admin matters.
Okay, please proceed, Congressman Paduano.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The PNP was ordered to, based on the statement coming from Colonel Espinido with regards to the list of police generals and other PNP who received money from Kerwin Espinosa Group. The reply of the PNP, Mr. Chairman, is they don't have the list, and it's Colonel Espinido should submit that list to us, since he was the one telling that during the previous hearing, Mr. Chairman. Now, question of the excuse and the veracity of information with regards to the letter of Attorney Roque is scheduled in Singapore. Until now, wala pong reply. So COMSEC is directed to once again follow up such reply documents.
Comsec, you are directed to comply.
And a Siopa's order was issued to Catherine Casadraong, all Casadraong with regards to copy of real property tax of Wilbin, copy of the sale of Lucky South to Mr. Chen, contract of lease between Casadraong and Lucky South, and copy of construction agreement and building plans of the Lucky South 99 and Wilbin. Until now, we issued the Siopa's order until now. Casadraong has submitted, that's why Mr. Chairman, I move to issue a subpoena those stake on with regards to the mentioned documents. So move, Mr. Chairman.
There is a motion to issue subpoena to Sisteco on the documents being required of Cassandra O. And it was duly seconded. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Mr. Chairman, to the media,
Sisteco,
they were directed last hearing that study of the original draft list and the reply of the for the first, second, and third list ongoing in study. Is it correct, DG Lasso?
We are done with this study, Your Honor.
You have done. So can you submit it by today or before the next hearing?
We are ready to present it today, Your Honor.
You are present. Okay. Now, please, DG, if you cannot present it today, please submit na po a copy to the COMSEC.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Now, with regard to NBI, they were directed to conduct a thorough investigation and submit a report on the deaths of 3 Chinese nationals. Ito po yung sa Bicol. And the investigation of the NBI is still ongoing. Is it confirmed?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Timeline po tayo. When will be that re-investigation ends?
I will check with the investigating team. And I will
Please.
give the answer within the day.
Thank you. Comsec, please take note the commitment of the NBI that they will submit today the final timeline, no, with regards to that topic. Again, on Attorney Roque, until now, no compliance with regards to the omnibus motion that he cannot attend the judge hearing because of his medical condition. This refers to the wife of Harry Roque. And as far as I remember, during the last hearing, we issue a subpoena at testificandum to the wife of Attorney Harry Roque. Comsec, what's the latest? Have we received any letter reply coming from Ms. Roque?
None yet, Your Honor.
Is it correct also that last hearing we issue a subpoena at testificandum to Ms. Roque?
I believe so.
So with that, Mr. Chairman, since we have given Ms. Roque the due process with regards to his supposedly her presence in the hearing, I move to cite in contempt Ms. Harry Roque, Mr. Chairman. So move, Mr. Chairman.
just a clarification. Did you say this Harry Roque?
Yeah, Ms. The wife of Harry Roque.
Mayla Roque.
Myla Roque.
Thank you. There is a motion to cite in contempt Mrs. Mayla Roque for her failure to appear for the third time before this committee. And it was duly seconded. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion is approved. We are now citing Ms. Mayla Roque in contempt. Comsec, please take note. Please proceed, Congressman Paduano.
I need the second motion from the good Congressman Apo.
Congressman Laco, you are recognized. The second motion, for the second motion. We can,
May I respectfully move, Mr. Chair, that because Madam Milo Roque has been cited in contempt by this committee, may I move that we also issue an arrest order so far as the person of Ms. Myla Roque is concerned. Mr. Chair.
There is a motion to issue an arrest order to Mrs. Myla Roque in relation to the contempt order by this committee, and it was duly seconded. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion is approved. Congressman Paduano, please proceed.
Again, a subpoena testificandum was issued to PSMS Jeremy kausapin during the last hearing, and until now, he is not present in today's hearing. That's why, Mr. Chairman, I move that we cite in contempt PSMS Jeremy kausapin alias Cox in violation of our internal rules for not attending the hearing of this committee. So move, Mr. Chairman.
There is a motion to cite in contempt PSMS Jerry Kausapin or alias Cox for violating Section 11 of the Rules of Procedure governing inquiries in aid of legislation of the House of Representatives, and it was duly seconded. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion is approved. So, Comsec, please take note that PSMS Kausapin alias Cox is now cited in contempt.
And also po, Mr. Chairman, that the will coordinate with the PNP, particularly to General Torre of the CIDT, Mr. Chairman. So,
Please, Comsec, please coordinate with the Office of the Sergeant at Arms in order that they will have a coordination with the Philippine National Police to effect the arrest of Ms. PSMS Jerry Kausapin. Comsec, you are ordered.
thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me proceed with the NBI. Verified authenticity of Ms. Casandaong's signature reapplication of Christian Games International Incorporated and Quadcom. What's the latest, NBI?
We have already set communications with the respective agencies for the production of the regional signature and question document. Mr. Chair,
Timeline po. Kailan kaya po?
I will submit again the timeline within the day.
Thank you. Now, to unlock, check if the transaction of Ms. Alice Go and Alpha Baguio was consummated. Include the video account in the cases filed against Ms. Go. Have you unlocked? Is unlocked present? Please take a seat.
Mr. Chair, with the indulgence of Congressman Paduano, because this is mostly related to the request. I think the manifestation of the question of Congressman Paduano to NBI with regards to the signature of Cassandra. Mr. Chair, at the last meeting, I requested NBI to do a forensic analysis of the signatures. Are they already? Yeah.
Kaya ang sagot nila is they will submit the timeline within today because they are still coordinating with other agencies.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Unlock, please proceed.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
with your indulgence, with regards to matters, since some guests were invited, like Colonel Espinosa, Colonel Marcos is here. Did we also invite Lieutenant Colonel Joey Espinido?
Yes, we invited Colonel Espinido. However, he asked the committee to be excused for some family and personal activities that he has to attend.
Because when we talk about Arboera and Mrs. Espinosa, I think Espinido, Marcos and Espinosa and Espinido are correlated in issues.
Yes, I agree, Congressman Gomez, but we will ensure that in the subsequent hearings of the Quadcom in relation to EJK, he will be present in our next hearing.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Congressman Paduano, please.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. What about names of 3 legal pogos in Quezon City? Pao. Is Pao present? Wala. Concept. Mr. Chairman, we will direct concept to follow up this with the PAO and a reply to be given to us within the day. And please check if they can attend in this hearing. Now, next is for the MIG in the armed forces. As CCTV footages recovered at Pogo Hub at Pampantala. Pepe Lola, ano na pong balita dito? Yung CCTV footages from the MIG and AFP. The anti-cybercrime group in the PNP, can you explain? Yung rep ng ACG, saan ba? Nandito ba wala? Oh. Oh, ACG, please explain on record why you cannot produce that CCTV footage.
Good morning, sir. Sa inyo po, meron kaming tatlong
Please identify yourself.
Police Major Evangeline Inyaro, sir, from Regional Anti-Cybercrime Unit 3, Assistant Chief of Bracco 3, sir. As of now, sir, we have 3 CCTV turned over by the CIDG IOC, sir.
It was just over, so
Yes, sir. Hindi pa po namin na-forensic, sir, because we will still waiting for the investigator of the case, sir, for the evaluation and identification, sir.
timeline tayo. Kailan matapos yung ano?
Depende po, sir, sa availability po ng investigator natin, sir.
Hindi, sinong investigator you refer to?
PSLS Castro, sir.
PNP pala, you talk to him. And you submit the timeline within today.
Yes, sir.
Kung kailan matapos?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Mr. Chair, hindi dapat yung based on the availability of the, hindi dapat ganun. I think they need to set a date and it's required of them to produce these CCTV clips to the committee. So I don't think it should be subject to the availability of the one that will be doing the assessment and examination. So I think we need to request them to make this guy available to do the examination and the assessment of this video clips, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Your Honor, as soon as possible po.
Thank you. Anyway, let me proceed, Mr. Chairman, to the PRA. Reclamation permission to the Rentals and Government Corporation owned by Mr. Tony Yam. This was requested by Chairman Dan Fernandez. Oh, yung PRA nandito ba? Wala dito? Oh, anyway, please follow up and report to this committee COMSEC within the day. Within the day po. Then for the PSSL AI, PSS Line, records of accounts under the name of Police Colonel Garma or follow up. Nandito ba yung PSS? Yeah. For the information of the members of this committee and to the lead chair, we have received a copy of a reply letter coming from Police Major General Lucas Manapilon, retired, Chairman and CEO. And in this letter, let me read na lang, Mr. Chairman, portion of it. Under Section 6 of the Revised Non-Stock Savings and Loan Association Act of 1997, or RA number 8367, inquiry into or disclosure of deposits of whatever nature is expressly prohibited unless it meets specific exceptions. These deposits are considered as of one absolutely confidential nature and may not be examined, inquired or looked into by any person, government official, bureau of office. None of the exceptions mentioned in the law appears contained in this instance. To wit, written permission to the depositor in cases of impeachment, upon order of the competent court in cases of bribery or the reelection of duty of public officials, or in cases where the money deposited and invested is the subject matter of litigation. The law further provides that any official or employee of an association who violates Section 6 thereof shall be punished under the Republic Act number 14054, the Bank Secrecy Law. So, Mr. Chairman, the gist of this reply is all about the Bank Secrecy Law, Republic Act number 1405. So, AMLAC, Comsec, is AMLAC present? AMLAC. Are you familiar with this document being requested? Are you present during the previous hearing?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Yes, we were present.
So, Mr. Chairman, we will just consult. I think we have to expedite the discussion on admin matters, and then suggest that we submit this to the AMLAC for further study, Mr. Chairman, and direct the COMSEC to follow up for the reply of AMLAC with regards to this issue letter from PSS Line. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
We'll do so with dispatch, Your Honor.
LRA is present. LRA COMSEC, they were not invited. Anyway, for you to follow up lang, all the titles under the name of Antonio M. Lim Acatoniam. Please follow up na lang po and report to this committee within the day. And also to the PNP Special Investigation Task Group, SITG, CITG. Nandito naman po si General Torre. Then you were ordered to submit records of investigation on the ambush of former PCS Board Secretary Attorney Wesley Barayoga. They have submitted na. Today, just today. Oh, ba't nakalagay dito follow up pa? Follow up. Anyway, Jen, you have already submitted. And please, pag may mga ano pa, may mga supplementary documents, pakipadala lang po with regards to Wesley Barayoga case.
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, I have with me today, sir, the full case folder ready to be submitted to the National Prosecution Service upon the signature of any private complainant, sir. That would be Mrs. Barayoga, but we are still coordinating with her, considering that her location is still, I will not disclose the current location, sir. We are in talks with her, and upon signature, sir, we will already file a case with the National Prosecution Service.
Thank you. Kahit update lang this committee with regards to all those
Yes, sir.
with the cases?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Now, for the DOJ and NBI to conduct and submit the Joint Committee on Intensive Investigation on the APOS. Ito related din kay General Barrioga. NBI?
Yes, sir. In fact, we have taken the statements of the alleged Major Santi, and we are coordinating also with the CIDT, and I think that the DOJ has called for a meeting with regards to this case, Mr. Chair.
So, paki-ano lang po, paki-update na lang, no?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
This update is submitted to the consent na lang po. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, with regards to the pictures, no, on the money changer which Police Captain Anuba was referring to during the previous hearing. Pictures was already submitted, right? Consent, yeah. Anyway, if you have time, Mr. Chairman, we'll just show it in today's hearing. Now, and lastly, Mr. Chairman, COMSEC is directed to coordinate with Okada with regards to the slot machine winning worth of 1 million of Tony Yang on September 17, 2024. COMSEC, what's the status?
Sir, I still have to schedule the visit to
You still have to?
I still have to schedule my visit to Japan.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir.
As of now, that's all, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair, thank you, Congressman Paduano. Before we proceed, let me acknowledge the presence of our former Congressman, Honorable Antonio Dino and Honorable Ariel Casilao, who is also present, and Father Christian Sambajo. Welcome to the committee hearing of the Yes, Congressman Abate.
We shall now be starting to interpolate. So I would like now to call on Mr. Kerwin Espinosa to appear before this committee so that he can be asked questions concerning his Mr. Chair, he also submitted to us itong sinumpaang salaysay. So we would like to ask him to just tell us his story, no, to this committee before any questions can be asked. So may I now please call Mr. Kevin Smith.
Okay, Paige, paki-assist mo nga, dito si Mr. Kerwin Espinosa.
Gentlemen, just nakaligtaan ko lang po, while waiting for the presence of Kerwin Espinosa, let me ask Mr. Chairman if nandito naman po si Colonel Bilila. Your wife was invited in today's hearing. Is she present?
As agreed, Your Honor, submit ko yung mga requirements. Hindi na siya pupunta, Your Honor, napapantay ng mga.
So you have submitted now?
Yes, Your Honor.
To the COMSEC?
Yes, Your Honor.
COMSEC, do you confirm that Colonel Bilila submitted all the documents required to him?
Yes, sir.
Kailan na po?
Today, he submitted the SALM and other documents. The bank waiver he already signed last time.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. But of course, Colonel Bilila, we have committed to you with regards to that, but of course we have to check first now. And if we're satisfied with regards to documents you have submitted to this committee, so we might not as well invite your wife in the next hearing. But of course, if we have still questions with regards to the documents to you, we might invite her again in the next hearing. Tingnan lang po natin.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman Paduano. Paige, can you please siguro si Colonel Barandog, si Colonel Patay, si Colonel Grijaldo, si Colonel Petalio. Can you just please occupy the seats on the right side while we ask first si Mr. Kerwin Espinosa to take the seat. In the meantime, lunch will be served. This will be a working lunch. So, Paige, can you also provide copies of the affidavit executed by Mr. Kerwin Espinosa sa lahat po ng ating mga membro ng committee ito?
Again, Mr. Chairman, with the indulgence of the members and the chair, since we're still waiting for Kevin, may nakalagay po, this is so important as to the matters we discussed a while ago. Mr. Chairman, to the CIDG, General Torres, may I ask what's the status of the rest order for Mr. Roy Gomez, Eddie Young, and the Pangilinan spouses?
Thank you, sir. Having me here, the records for the implementation of the contempt order for India. We are still tracking these people there. No excuses, sir, but we haven't found them yet. However, the last effort that we had is we had conducted records check on their various businesses and possible locations. Rest assured, sir, the CIDG is doing all the efforts and pulling in resources for the arrest of these people. And maybe within a week or two, sir, I can give you updates again, sir. I have prepared a PowerPoint presentation if you want to see that, sir.
Please submit na lang po now for our records. Then, if we just an advice, General Torres, kindly coordinate with DFA and BI in regards to the status of Eddie Young and the Pangilinan spouses. Kasi yung Pangilinan spouses is in the US and Eddie Young until now, BI as of 2 months ago, wala pong record that Eddie Young has left the country using a Filipino passport and a Chinese passport. Now, please.
Sir, I'll approach the events later on, sir, and I'll show you the latest. That on the Filipino name, there's no hit, but on the Chinese name, sir, we have a hit from the Bureau of Immigration.
Kindly repeat na lang po.
Yes, sir.
Now, next is to unlock, no? We have with us the audit report now of the OWA with regards to the 79.5 million. Unlock, please take note of this, no? Concerning the 79.5 million peso purchase of lands, doon sa Mexico, Pampanga, this is a case being investigated by my committee, public accounts, and that's referred to the Quadcom na. And there is now a pending case in the Ombudsman. And we need your action with regards to the freezing of asset of all those names that was involved in this particular case, and the official case is already in Ombudsman. So kindly check on this, and please, lalo na po kayo, mag-eleksyon. Bongo money, drug money might be used. So kindly, and update this committee, no, with regards to this. I will give you, in a while, the copy of the Ombudsman case po, para you have to take action on that. Thank you po. Comsec is directed to please give a copy of such document to the AMLA. Last lang po to. Question of properties, ang AMLA. Just to remind AMLA and PAO, Comsec, please communicate with PAO in regards to this. Kasi po, may request na po yung committee natin with regards to asset preservation order. Doon po sa mga properties ni Eddie Yang, Willie Ong, Mexico 999, Yata Industrial Park, which involve hundreds and thousands of hectares of lands. And until now, AMLAC and PAO has not yet updated with regards to this. And we need the update of such action. I have not heard about the action being undertaken by PAO and AMLAC. And update this committee before the next hearing.
We will, Your Honor.